אשר ברא ששון ושמחה חתן וחלה גילה רינה דיצה ובאהבה ואהבה ושלום ורעות מאדוני אלוהינו ישמע בערי יהודה וחוצות ירושלים כל ששון וכל שמחה כל חתן וכל כלה כל מצחתנות חתנים מחופתם ונעים אשתי נגינתם ברוך אתה אדוני משמח חתן עם הכלה אמן. Blessed are you, God, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine, the sweetness of life. Blessed are you, God, who brings bride and groom together and celebrates with them under the chuppah, with the sacred rite of kiddushin, of marriage. Blessed are you, God, who brings the laughter into the streets of Jerusalem and the land of Zion, and the voices of children and the joy of parents as they stand with children under the chuppah. Blessed are you, God, who celebrates with them. But tradition tells us with those wishes, those blessings that were said in the Talmud as far as what should be said for a bride and groom, every individual couple deserves their own hopes, their own wishes for their lives as well. So we add to that you should have health for yourself, for your families, for all of your years, for those who surround you. You should find joy in whatever you're doing in each and every moment. That in your work, in your careers, in your lives, you should be surrounded with success and prosperity. That you should help make some of that peace that you dream of in our world and make that peace a reality so that we can have that to share in. That you should have truly that which is your own, a balance of maturity with a balance of that silliness and craziness and goofiness that is truly the two of you. May you have your wish 100 years of togetherness, of marriage, of love, and of joy. And we all say, Amen. So as a rabbi, it's a privilege to stand with parents, with your family, with Moses, with Rosie, with Bob and Kathy, and give bride to groom and groom to bride. To share things that you have articulated about what makes this so right. What makes this moment not just one that is filled with your love, but why you know you're standing to your beshert, your soulmate, your chosen one, that which you have created. Yes, at a young adult federation Shabbat potluck dinner, you first met. And yes, the evening was winding down, and Tammy, you were leaving when Norman got your phone number quickly. And yes, you then realized in that moment that you both worked at the same place at Disney, though I hear Disney's very big and your paths never cross. And yes, you too, Norman, learned what post-production means. I didn't know before Tammy explained it to me. And you, in your wisdom and your knowledge and your creations of art and computer design, what you do, impressed one another. But more than that, it's what developed in the words that you shared from that time forward, and the time that you created together in your days, and what you found loving and meaningful and true in one another. And so, Norman, I give you your Tammy, who, in your words, is not just smart and beautiful, but is genuine and sincere, who is someone who respects you and who you honor and respect as well, who respects family and wants family a part of her life as you share in that too, who is so much a part of you and making you a better person, who is giving and kind and finds ways to help others that have made you want to help others too. And so, Tammy, I give you your Norman, who in your words is generous and sweet and considerate and smart and always fun to be around, who is true and understands that same value that you cherish in family, both of you honoring that as well, and has an innate sense of love of children and wanting to make a part of our world. So the two of you dream of that future with children and the laughter that you have. Actually, anyone who spends time with you together sees how naturally you laugh together. In the conversations, in the simplest of things, that you make laughter happen. Yeah, you chuckle and you laugh at the stories of the little things that happen, but there's a genuine sense of joy that you each exude as you talk about things that you've experienced in life. So it's, yes, those big things sometimes, but it's the little everyday things. The notes that you put in a lunch or that you leave for someone. The flowers, the balloons, the things that you create together. The traditions that you make for yourself. So with that in mind, I ask for the rings at this time. Norman and Tammy, you've chosen to use the sacred ring from Kolin, Czechoslovakia. So this ring itself is over 400 years old, from the second largest Jewish community of the Czech Republic back then, before it was decimated in the Shoah. It was the ring that was used by every couple. Every bride would wear it on their wedding day. It's a little castle to remind us that every bride is a queen. Yes, but more than that, it was the idea of lifting one another up and celebrating the joy as a community and understanding what that means as well. Inside of that little castle, Tammy, is your ring that you will wear as well. And so we take this as you link yourself to tradition, honoring those who have come before us, placing this on the forefinger of your right hand, saying these words, Norman, hooray.
Hooray.
Okay, right hand. I said right hand, didn't I? Okay, we'll start over. You got me? You're working? Okay. Hooray.
Hooray.
At.
At.
Mekudeshet.
Mekudeshet. Li.
B'tabaat.
Betebahat.
Zo.
Zo.
Kedat.
Kedat.
Moshe.
Moshe.
V'Yisrael.
Ve'Israel.
You are consecrated to me
You are consecrated to me
as my wife
as my wife
with this ring,
with this ring,
according to the laws of Moses and the people of Israel.
according to the laws of Moses and the people of Israel.
So if you want to open it up and take out her real ring now. Ready? Put that on her ring finger on her left hand now. Tammy, as you take this ring, emulating what Norman just did as well, place this on the forefinger of his right hand. Right hand, here's the one. Yeah, there you go. Saying these words of love as found in our scriptures, Ani, Ladodi, Vidodi, Li. I am my beloved is mine. I am my beloved is my friend. As you have exchanged these rings and shares these words, so before we began, we signed this ketubah here that tells us be'achat b'shabbat b'shnei yamim l'chodesh Nisan shnat chamishat alafim u'shva me'ot v'shim v'sheish v'minyan kan b'West Bloomfield, Michigan, on the first day of the week, the second day of the month of Nisan, in the year 5776, corresponding to the 10th day of April, the joy of springtime, in the year 2016, here in West Bloomfield, Michigan. In the presence of family and friends, the beloveds, Norman, Moses, Joseph Bunker, the son of Moses and Rosie, and Tammy Ruth Tarnow, the daughter of Robert and Catherine, have entered into the covenant of marriage. As signed by the two of you and by your witnesses, so is it my honor to be the first to recognize you before all of us present, before a good and sweet God, as husband and wife. Don't do a thing yet. You thought you were done there, Norman. Not yet. Got more fun things to share. That's what you always want. Yeah, it's rain. It's one more reminder of what you create in the uniqueness of this day. That wherever you find yourselves, things will happen in life. But that's who you are. You know, Norman, you have chosen well. A woman who adores you. That is very true. And one who respects what it means to be a part of a couple and family. But I'll tell you a quick story. One of the first dinners I ever had here in this town when I moved here 21 years ago was with Tammy and her entire family. Actually, her brother was in New York already. Sorry, John, you missed out. It was a nice night. But they made sure when I came to town and knew no one that I found family too, that I could connect with people and be a part of that. And I watched this young woman grow up and go to Israel and celebrate who she is as a woman, as a Jew. And I've watched you now and appreciates what she sees in you. And the sense of honor, yes, that you love and adore her too, that is very true. But the idea that you wanted your whole clan to be a part of this here in Michigan and to celebrate what that means. You know, the two of you have found someone very, very much a part of that kin, a part of that sense of spirit. But you also bring out the best in each other too. That sense of joy they each exude in the excitement for today, preparing for each step of the way. And so you also understand the idea that you are here because of those who've come before as well. And so there's a tradition that we bring to this ceremony from the Jews of the Sephardic world, those of other parts, that we lift your talis now over your heads and we protect you in a sense. We take a moment of silence now to think of those who are no longer here, those who have blessed you, as I ask your parents to come close, and they hold this for us at this time. Did you do a new one? A new kind of thing? Of course. As we signed the ketubah before and the bedekin, when you affirmed your love, so your parents placed their hands on your shoulders and blessed you with these words. May God bless you. May God protect you. May God's light shine upon you and be good to you. May God always be a part of who you are. Give you strength, give you joy, give you nachas from kinder, joy from children as you give to your parents. May you have gezint, health, yes. Parnasa, success as you dream. And may you have shalom, peace in your heart, peace in your mind. May you bring more peace into our world. And we all say, Amen. And so, before, Norman, you can kiss Tammy. Before the service is completed, you break this glass. And yes, we say the tradition is that links us to the temple in Jerusalem, its destruction, and from that time forward, we remember that time in our people's history and how our world was broken, and that when we have love, we have responsibility in putting pieces back together. I like the idea of putting pieces back together in what we see in our world, because I know, look at instead of the flowers, you have food that's going to be donated to help those who don't have food. Even in this moment of joy, you're thinking of those without, because of what you are blessed to have. And so I think that makes sense. But there's some who say that this is symbolic, that you break this, Norman, into as many pieces that represent the years of love and happiness that you share together. So with that in mind, you have full permission to jump up and down on it as many times you want to get to that 100 plus. Ready? How about that? Right, I'm putting it down. Go for it. Big time. Mazel tov! Now you can kiss.
when we visited Tammy in California a couple years ago, and we knew right away that he was special. He invited us to dinner at his apartment, cooked for us himself, and made sure to make a meal for Bob, who's a very picky eater. He just made him some plain chicken while he made curry chicken for the rest of us. And Norman has courted Tammy. He's an old-fashioned gentleman. He brought her flowers. Before he proposed to her, he learned how to ice skate so he could do it where she loves to be. And he asked us our permission for her hand in marriage, told us he would always make her happy. He's just a really good guy, and Tammy's a very special girl. She's very giving and loving, passionate. She's a strong woman, and we're so proud and happy for both of them and so glad that they found each other. It's kind of a miracle.
Ditto.
And Kathy Tarnow. I like that energy. Please keep it going as well for Moses and Rosie Joseph. All right, folks, help me also welcome in Doritz and Noel. All right, help me welcome in next Sarah and Zoeb. Please give a round of applause for Jamie and Denise. Coming in next as well, it's going to be Robin and John. Keep a round of applause going for Annette and Bavis. Welcome in Sophia, Natanya, and Maurice. Let's have one more extra special round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right, thank you all so much. You may make your way to your seats. We're just about ready for salad.
So I was going to start with some jokes. So firstly, I'll start with some Your Mama jokes. Oh, wait. We have the same mother. Oh, I am so sorry. We can't do that. Norman, you're safe for tonight. So Norman, something about Norman. I have known him literally all my life. Literally. And if you see us, we do look very similar. We used to look very similar. There's a small incident that happened in school that, shows how we were. So he was in the next grade and I was in the lower grade. And my class teacher saw him and said, "Noel, what are you outside the class? Stand outside the class." And I was actually in the class at that point. So this poor guy actually had to stand outside the class and was there sitting on his knees for his half an hour. and I was sitting inside making fun and enjoying myself. So this poor guy has always been the target in my life. Whatever happens, he is the culprit, and I'm being the guy who always be safe. But he's he's an amazing brother that I ever had, and really feel like he's been there for me. He's been a big support for me. Norman hasn't made like many good decisions, but let me finish. But one decision that he made was Tammy, and that is the best decision he has made in his life. Tammy is an amazing person, and I should say that they two are a lovely couple together, and I'm so blessed to have them both in my life. Thank you so much, and thank you, and God bless you. All right, and I'll just pass it on to the other Toastmakers.
Thanks, Noel. My name is Zoheb Kerawala. I'm not part of the Joseph family. Do not look at all like Noel or Norman. So I'm one of his long-time friends. Know him since probably over 16 years, and probably will hopefully know him more and more now down the line. Now that Tammy's next to him, so. All I want to say is that with time, I've seen Norman. I know Norman all the way back, and I knew how he was and how he is now. I think time is really important. He's given me the privilege to come to his wedding and make me part of the groomsmen. I've never attended too many American weddings, as you know, I'm Indian. So this is truly a privilege to be part of as a groomsman and be part of the entire fun and the party we've had. That being said, as I said, time is important. I don't know if everybody knows Norman. I've seen Norman struggle with time before. But as the biggest change I've seen in time when Norman met Tammy is I've seen him do things he's never done before. And trust me, I've seen him ice skate, I've seen him dance, I've seen him be happy more than ever. So I believe this is his time. Today is the day, and now is the moment when these two guys are together. And I hope the best of luck for all the time ahead. And you guys live the best life ever. Thanks.
So, hi guys, I'm Bhavesh. And if you can't pronounce my name, people call me Baba Ganush, so you can use that. So, of course, we are part of the same gang. We go back 16 years. Few of our friends are not here. They are here in the world, but they are in India. So, Norman is a very intelligent guy. Make sure, Tammy, your kids, all the homework, he'll take care of it. And he has also a very big heart, as big as his hand. So if you want some diamonds, he's always there. Norman, the one thing about, there are many great things about him, but I think the one unique thing about Norman is when he sets a goal, he focuses all his energies in achieving that goal. I've seen that since college till date. And Tammy, now, in his eyes, we see his goal is you. So I'm pretty sure he'll do a very good job of that. And finally, all I want to say is thank you, Norman, for making us part of this wedding the way you have. And may your life let you be the big hero 6 in her life always. And may you have a lot of kids with a big Zootopia. And guys, if I'm saying something very, irrelevant, it's the weather here. I'm from Arizona, so my brain is really frozen. Anyways, thank you guys. And Norman, please send me the check for all the good things I said.
That was a good one. Hello, guys. My name is Girish, and I've also known Norman for last 15 years now. All this, Zoheb, Bhavesh, myself, and Norman started our engineering career. And when I met my first conversation with Norman, he almost made me quit engineering. This guy is so intelligent. I was trying to keep my distance from him from the first day because this guy was speaking engineering right from the first day onwards, and I'm there to learn. And I was like, oh, maybe I don't fit here, you know. But we happened to be, in the same team, same group, and then we started becoming friends. And then I started to realize more and more qualities of Norman. And this guy actually values friendship so much. And my wife, Susan, and I were discussing. I mean, he came to my proposal, and we were discussing, and this guy is such a gentleman. So we were discussing, how lucky will that girl be, who chooses to spend life with Norman. And we met Tammy a year and a half ago, and now both of us are confused who's the luckier one. So this is a very wonderful couple, and Norman, you're one of my best friends, and I have seen, for the last couple of years, I've seen a different Norman. I thought I have all figured it out, but with Tammy, this is completely different Norman. It's I mean, I've seen a very different side of Norman. He's like, don't get me wrong, he's a very happy guy, but he's so happy around Tammy. So, Tammy, thanks for coming in our lives. You are a wonderful person, and you make Norman very, very happy. And I'm so happy that I'm part of this fantastic ceremony today. Cheers to you guys.
We are so excited to welcome you to our family, and we thank you for all of the adventures you've already given us. We remember making pretzels with you in Frankenmuth before we knew where this was going, and obviously our big adventure in India. And you represent the Disney romance that we see on all the tables, the happy ever after, and we wish you only the best and more of that.
Say, Mazel Tov, we love you. Can you blow a kiss, Piper? High five. Can you give high five?
High five.
Oh, onto the mic. Perfect. Let's go. Good job. Can you go give Norman a high five and Tammy? High five. Good job. Good job.
My turn.
Tammy's mother wants to say a few words.
Oh. I just want to thank all of you for being here and sharing our celebration. We feel so honored and blessed that you came to celebrate with us, even in the bad weather. And we have people from halfway around the world here, and people who traveled through the snow and the ice from places closer but not easier to get to this weekend. I just want to thank all of you. You make us feel special, and we are so excited to have Norman in our family. Special thanks to Rosie and Moses, Norman's parents. They've raised a wonderful young man. We're so proud to have him as part of our family. We love you both. Best always.
I did.
Okay. You get the mic. Don't you have a line?
Pardon? Oh, ditto. Who wants it? Did you say anything?
I know you. This is being a long speech. I just want to keep it short. I just want to say thank you all for coming here and being part of the celebration and being part of a family. We really appreciate it, even when it's actually snowing outside. Well, I love snow. I don't see it enough, so why not? But yeah, I would want to say one thing. I want to thank my family, my parents, my father and my mother, Moses Joseph and Rosie Joseph. Thanks a lot. They have done a lot for me, and I'm stand here because of them. To tough times, to good times, they have always supported me. Even when I'm taking wrong decisions, they still support me. and also work towards the right decisions. So thank you so much. And thank you to Noel, Girish, Bhavesh, and Zohe for the awesome toast. Thank you. I also want to thank Tammy's parents for such a wonderful daughter. Thank you.
Of course, we want to thank everyone for being here today, but not just today, for being a part of our lives leading up to today, from the last 30-something years, or even if it's a newer acquaintance. You all have influenced us leading up to this point, and we greatly appreciate it and love that you can share in the celebration with us too. So thank you for coming. Enjoy the party. Dance with us. Have fun.
Thank you.
We're doing a special song for you, Norman and Tammy.
Tammy and Norman are an amazing couple together. I mean, I've not seen so much love in any other couple that I know of. They are really good together. They care for each other, they love each other. Norman is more of an angry person. He gets angry quite easy, and I've seen Tammy is a more calm and more passionate person. She calms him down, and the way she rubs his back and calms him down, that shows how much they love each other. So they are just made for each other. I mean, God bless them.
So I know Norman through my husband Girish, and don't tell anyone, but he's one of the best friends that Girish has. He's the sweetest, most generous, most loving person I know, and he has found someone very similar in Tammy. When you look at both of them together, you'll see how happy they are and how they're made for each other. Their proposal video shows how much Norman loves Tammy and how much they respect each other. If you look at the wedding ceremonies today, it shows how much they care for everybody around them as well. It makes them so much more human and so much more loving as a couple, and I hope they go very far in their marriage, in life, and succeed in everything that they achieve to do. Norman, Tammy, we love you. Thank you for making us a part of your wedding.
Norman and Tammy, the couple I've known since about 2 years approximately. We actually came to know about them in Phoenix in Arizona when they came with us. Very cheerful, very good-looking couple. The best part about them is they bring a lot of energy to the group when they are together. I remember in a Phoenix trip when they came with us, there was any and every moment where we were taking photographs. And Norman and Tammy were the first ones to pair, and the last ones to again pair, leaving a particular destination. They have been really good with respect to being flexible, adjustable, even as a couple. I remember they came down with us to Chicago, and Tammy was all about, I'm coming to Chicago, I want to have the deep dish pizza. And I recommended her, you know what, Giordano is not the best pizza, trust me, I'm from Chicago. And she took my advice. I took her to one of the other best places in Chicago, Louis Manari's, and another deep dish pizza place, and she enjoyed it. And she's open, just like Norman is very honest by heart. Tammy just gives the same vibe, and they just look good together, and I wish them best of luck for all the time they have ahead of us. and they keep bringing the same energy to me, my wife, and us as a group all together.
Take one step, keep your eyes not to cry, and let the music ignite. It's like catching lightning, the chances of finding someone like you. It's more than a ring, the chances of being when so can I have this
Well, you tell him.
Dance floor is open. Come join Norm and Tammy and their family right here at Dance Floor. Dance floor is open.
Today was truly a magical day. We always knew when we met them that they are totally meant for each other. And seeing them two together, you really understand that what marriage is all about. They are the perfect epitome of that. They are truly made for each other. They make each other so happy. They make each other crazy, adventurous, everything you can ask for. They are like best friends for each other. So seeing them two together, it's like a perfect marriage, a perfect wedding that can be. And with friends, family, everyone, it was totally fun and a great wedding, which they both truly deserve. And the energy they have, they truly deserve two weddings. So we had a lot of fun and just wishing both of them lots and lots of happiness, adventures, craziness, everything.
Yeah. So when Norman told me about Tammy, I was like, let me know about this girl. So I was a little surprised that, our intelligent Norman is, in love with somebody. I wasn't sure if he's really in love. So, and I really think highly of Norman. So I wasn't sure, who this girl Tammy is. So we met Tammy, and I was still wasn't sure about, how Norman is, going, if he's even serious about her. But then I started seeing qualities of Tammy. I mean, first of all, they work in the same company. They're both very, very intelligent. And Tammy is so athletic. She has been a professional skater. And then she let us know about all the things she has done. And I was like, hey, Tammy is much more cooler than Norman. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. I mean, they are literally meant for each other. They complement each other so much, so well. And we went on a trip together in Phoenix. And this guy, I mean, they were taking pictures. So Tammy was doing a full split. And Norman could carry Tammy in each and every photograph he can. So, I mean, I really think they complement each other very well, and I think they're really made for each other. It's not really a saying.
Mazel tov, Tavi and Norman. You guys are such a wonderful couple. Tavi, you know you're one of my favorite people, and Norman, it's been such a pleasure getting to know you since you guys have gotten together. I know I like to give you a hard time, but you're both really just amazing people. I'm so honored I had the chance to be in your wedding and to celebrate with you guys. And I hope that Mike and I continue to celebrate many more amazing, happy occasions together. Mazel tov.
Gotta hold on easy as I let you go. Gonna tell you how much I love you, though you think you already know. I remember I thought you looked like an angel wrapped in pink, so soft and warm. You've had me wrapped around your finger since the day you were born. You're beautiful, baby, from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know the road that'll lead you home again. Take on this whole world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl.
Congratulations, Norman and Tammy. I'm really happy for you all. I remember Tammy coming to my house 2 years ago with Norman. I liked it then and there, and I was very happy that Tammy and Norman decided to get married. It's 2 years back I've met her, and she's still the same, still very polite, still very obedient. My son was also the same. I agree with the marriage. I love them, and they were both very good to me. Whenever they came to India also, they had a very good wedding, and this wedding also I really enjoyed myself. Tammy has done a wonderful job. I love you, Tammy. I love you, Norman. Both have done a wonderful job. Always be happy, and I would be more happy if you call me for when you make me a grandmother. Whether it's a boy or girl, I'll be happy to come back to receive him. Thank you very much.
All right. So Norman and Tammy, what do I say about them? They say opposites attract, and I couldn't find a better couple which resembles that. We've known Norman for a long time, our group, and it's a different personality altogether when Norman is with Tammy. And we are rediscovering this Norman who dances, who parties, who doesn't hesitate in taking any risks or doing any adventure. So where has all that come from? It's of course from Tammy. So Tammy has filled in a lot of life into Norman's life. It's not that Norman was a little boring, I have to be honest. But with Tammy in his life, I think is both of them have come a full circle, where it just looks like they're made for each other and going to be happy ever after. It's just that we don't find such couples so often, and I think they are going to set examples for a lot of lot of folks later on in life as well, looking at them. I think, Norman, you have to pay me the check now. I've said enough good things about you.
We don't want to get in the shot.
What? You see the camera? Tammy and Norman are really special to us. We've gotten to experience a lot of fun things in the enjoy an incredible adventure, once-in-a-lifetime trip to India, and we get to keep celebrating with them here in Michigan, so we're really excited about that. Remember when Tammy started talking about that guy who she was going to have lunch with, who worked in Disney, and she didn't know, but she was kind of vague about it at first, and as she got to know Norman more, we got to know more about Norman, and we're so excited that he's part of the family now because he's added so much to Tammy's lives, and we're looking forward to a lifetime of new memories with him, right? Can you blow a kiss? Mwah. Mwah. Good job. Yay. We love you.
You ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, congratulations, young lady. There we go. There it is. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Since we know the ladies out there, not just single ladies, we need every lady.
Tammy and Norman, you are a very good couple. Norman, you had introduced us to Tammy 2 years ago, and you wanted to go ahead with her. I don't think we objected it. We are very happy about Tammy. We liked her career, we liked her behavior. She was a very good girl, and we appreciated your choice. And Norman, you are a very good boy, very, very, very good boy. You help us a lot. We love you a lot. Me and your mummy both love you a lot, and we miss you. So now after this marriage, I think we have to do your bidai, because we are going to miss you. You're going to stay here and we're going back. We're going to miss you a lot. I hope you and Tammy have a very good life. And now I think you should do progress and get a couple of many more children. That's what we are waiting for. I think Tammy's parents might also be waiting for the same. I hope you all the best, both of you. Have a lovely couple, be a lovely couple, love each other the most, and be happy forever. And get us lot of grandchildren, please. Lot of grandchildren. At the earliest, please. Thank you, dear. I love you all both. Tammy, wish you all the best, dear. All the best. You're a very good girl, very lovely and very beautiful girl. Thank you. Thank you for coming to India and having an Indian wedding, royal Indian wedding. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good job.
ए बाजा ते गाजा ते घोड़ी ते शामियाना लड्डू ते शड्डू ते लस्सी ते खाना वाना हैप्पीनेस मक्खन मार के हो गई मल्टीप्लाई चाचा ते चाची ते मामी ते बीजी बीजी होटो ते लाली ते फोनो में 3G बीजी शोशा वाली गर्म हवा पे कर दी रहती फ्लाई छेती शैंपेनो के ढक्कन खोलना आई तो गो क्रेजी के जब बजदे पंजाबी वेडिंग सॉन्ग ढोलों के बीटों पे मैं तो डोलना शर्म झटके लगा झटके इसमें nothing wrong I तो go crazy कि जब बजदे पंजाबी wedding song जन्नतों की लगे मेहरबानी
अपनी हथेली और लकीरें साथ साथ हैं जिन पे मुबारक बरसाते कायनात करती है बाट मिठाइयाँ लख बधाइयाँ मैं यू लिव लॉन्ग
कहो रब को हजार शुक्राना घर मेरे भी नजर नजराना कर तेरे वर्गा ही तेरे जैसा ही चंगा माहिया सेंटी मैं होती और मेंटल ढोलना आई तो गो क्रेजी के जब बजदे पंजाबी वेडिंग सॉन्ग आई तो गो क्रेजी के जब बजदे पंजाबी वेडिंग सॉन्ग बुग्गी ते बुग्गी मैं कितना खोलना आई तो गो क्रेजी के जब बजदे पंजाबी वेडिंग सॉन्ग.
So I met Tammy the first time at the potluck, Shabbat potluck, and we just talked for 5 minutes, but we were able to connect after and realize we work at Disney. Well, what I liked about her is, she's smart, she's beautiful, and most of all, she has respect for me and her family and my family. For me, most important in a relationship is respect. First comes respect and then love, and it's the same for her. Actually, looking at her love for not only me but for others, for her family, made me want to reconnect with, love my family more. Her love for others, for volunteering, made me volunteer more. Just such a beautiful and lovely girl she is, and I just fell in love with her. And today it was just amazing. I finally get to be with the love of my life. After the wonderful wedding, it turned out amazing, and where a lot of people come, and a mix of India and America in the function. Though of course we also had an Indian wedding. That is also, it tells you what kind of a girl she is. She is open to anything. Who would allow or want her family to travel all halfway around the world to conduct a wedding in India and marry a person from India, and then come back and make a second wedding in America? It was amazing, and I'm really, really happy and really lucky that the 5 minutes of my life that changed my life. That one day, it was so amazing.
Are we good? Yep. Okay. So I actually met Norman at a potluck dinner, and that's where I found out that we both work at Disney. I met him when I was on my way out, though the way he likes to remember it is that he was so smooth, he got my number in like 2-3 minutes, under 5 minutes, he says. I was so smooth, I got her number in under 5 minutes. But luckily, he actually used it and texted me the next day, and we went out to lunch a couple times, and then eventually we went out on a real date, and things just went from there. I went to India with him, met him there, and just the more I got to know him, the more I got to like him, and the more we grew together. We had Disney in common. We both respect our families. Family is a big part of everything. And then obviously had a very extravagant, very personal proposal. He learned to skate so he could go on the ice and skate with me, which he knew was one of my loves, and he wanted to be a part of that. And then at that, he did a whole video about how awesome he thinks I am, which was pretty cool itself. And he's done volunteer work with me, and we just both make each other better. We find the good in each other, and even in the harder, crazy, tough situations, we laugh together. And if I'm going to go through stuff, whichever one is, I'd rather go through it with him by my side. If you're going to go things, you want someone to hold hands with and someone to dance with.